Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a minute. Y'all give me a break. I know it's been a minute or whatever. I've been having a lot going on. I'm just so happy to be back to my normal self, at least for the most part. Yeah, hello, hey y'all. Okay, so my eyelashes look crazy on camera, but I swear I'm like fine in person. I don't know what's wrong with this one. I don't know, but don't pay attention to my lashes. So I've been dying to give y'all an update about what's been going on with me and my life. In one of my last videos, it's probably gonna be not the last one but the one before that, it was basically like a life update, and I didn't too much go into detail about what has been going on with me at that time, and I wasn't sure if I was ready to share that with the world because I hadn't put it out on social media as far as like Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff. I know I hadn't put it out yet, so I just was kind of in between. Basically, y'all already know now, as far as like my Instagram followers and stuff go, y'all already know, if you've been following me on Instagram, you know that I've had a baby. I had a baby girl. Her name is Khaleesi. She was born August 17th. My baby was 8 pounds and I had a C-section. So let me give y'all the back end story on that. First of all, I have a disclaimer. The stuff that I'm about to talk about, I'm going to be talking about abortion and all that stuff. If you're not into that type of stuff, if you're against abortions, that's your opinion, that's your preference. I'm going to be talking about it, so I'm just warning you. If you want to, you can go ahead and click out this video. Period. Don't leave no negative comments. I don't need the negative energy, whatever. Okay, so I got pregnant. I got pregnant November 28th, which was Thanksgiving. So, yeah, stuff happens or whatever. Let's just say y'all ever had sex so good. Y'all ever had sex so good the next day you just be like, bitch, I know I'm pregnant. Like, bitch, I know I'm pregnant. So that was kind of like my mood. I woke up that day and I was just like, yeah, I know I'm pregnant. I took a plan B. No, that's rude as fuck. I took a plan B and it failed me. So by like, I was waiting for my period to come on. My period was supposed to come on December 13th was when I was supposed to be expecting my period. December 13th came, no period. But I still knew in my mind, I'm like, you're pregnant. So I waited until my period. Okay, so my period was supposed to come on December 13th. I waited until like December, yeah. But I took it like the same day. It didn't come on that day. So I was already at work. I'm like, yeah, I think I'm pregnant, because usually my period come on every 28 days on the dot. It's coming on. So earlier that day, I was like, my period didn't come on today. I had called him, like, my period didn't come on today or whatever. So he was like, okay, you still got a couple more days. So I'm like, no, bitch. If my period don't come on, I know something. I don't want to be fucking pregnant by you like that. And I hung up the phone. So I'm in my mind like, ugh, I don't want to be pregnant by this way. Da, da, da. Whatever. So later on that night, I went and I took a pregnancy test, and my pregnancy test came out positive. At that time, I really didn't know how to feel. I wasn't mad, but I wasn't happy either. So couple weeks, by this time when I took my pregnancy test, by that time I was already 3 weeks in. Yeah, I was 3 weeks in when I took my pregnancy test. So then a couple weeks started passing by and I'm just like, what am I gonna do? Like, do I really want this baby? Like, am I ready to sit down? Do I want to keep playing, like, you know, just living my life or whatever? I already have a 9-year-old. I don't want to be a single parent with 2 kids. So yeah, that's basically what was going through my mind at that time, like, as weeks were going by. So I'm like, okay, abortions typically start at like 6 weeks. So I'm 3 weeks. By this time, I'm like, all this thinking, it was by the time I hit my 6 weeks mark or whatever. So I'm still contemplating, I'm still thinking. So then January came, New Year's. New Year's hit, I was in my living room and I was just like crying. I really started going through the emotions because I'm like, okay, this is a new year. Like, is this something that I really want to do? Honestly, it's a lot of people out there who are against abortions. Like I said, that's, you know, your preference, your opinion. Me personally, I'm not against abortions. I feel like it's our body. We are women. And at the end of the day, it's our body and it's our decision. So we have the right to do what we want to do with our body, and nobody is going to tell me what I can and cannot do. So, yeah, so basically all that was going on in my mind, and I'm just like, still contemplating. And I'm like basically arguing with him every day, because it's like one day we're like, okay, we going to have our baby. And then a week later, we're just like, oh, we're not ready for this. I don't know what to do. Honestly, in my mind, I honestly wanted, I feel so bad now because my baby is born, but I honestly, in my mind, I wanted to get, and I honestly wanted to get an abortion in my mind, but it was like my heart would not allow me to. I just could not see myself. I felt like, and then as I was working and stuff, it's like something, I will always get a sign. Like even one day, and I still have the messages in my phone. I was texting my mom. I had finally told my mama, you know, that I was pregnant, and I'm like, I don't know what I want to do. So she was like, do you really want to deal with everything that comes with him? Are you ready for that? So I'm like, no, honestly, I'm not ready to deal with everything that comes with him. You know, I'm just like, I'm in my prime. I'm still like kind of having fun. But at the end of the day, I still did not want to get an abortion. So one day I was working or whatever, and I tell you, I was crying every single day, and not to mention, to put on top of that, I was sick. My baby had me sick as a dog, okay? I was in and out the hospital. I lost 15 pounds. I was just in complete misery. And one day I was at work, and it was a bumper sticker on one of my customers' cars, and the bumper said, it said abortions stop a beating heart. I saw that. I took a picture of it. I sent it to my mama, and I was just crying. Like I was just out of my mind. A complete, like, I was just all over the place. So, you know, my mom was like, whatever your decision is, I support you. If you want to get an abortion, then by all means, that's, you know, I cannot tell you what you're not gonna do. It's your body, you're grown, you make your own decisions now. But at the same time, if you do decide to have your baby, I'm gonna be here for you. You know, we're not gonna let you go through this on your own. I support you, you know, like I did with your son, whatever. So, I think the next day after that, I had texted him, and I was so sick. I was just like, okay, I'm not dealing with this shit. I don't want to deal with it. So by this time, I probably was like 11 weeks in, and I had text my baby daddy, and I'm just like, okay, can you just give me the money to get an abortion, because I don't want to do this anymore. And I kind of like distanced myself from him and everything. I was just filled with so many emotions. So I texted him, I'm like, yeah, I want to get an abortion. Can you just give me the money? So he was like, you know, why would I do that if that's not something you want to do? And I'm like, I'm just tired of being sick, blah, blah, blah. And then like a week later, I'm just like, fuck it, I'm gonna have my baby. So I was going back and forth. Long story short, by this time I hadn't got to like 3 months, almost 4 months. I was 3 months in by this time. So this was like February. I was just like, I kid y'all not, I called the abortion clinic 4 different times and made 4 different appointments to get an abortion. And every time that date came for me to get an abortion, I could not do it. I used to get on my knees in my room, in my closet, like I call it my prayer closet. But I would get in there and I would just be on my knees, and I would just be praying and crying to God, like, God, what do I do in this situation? Like, what is it that you want me to do? And my answer will always come back to just keep my baby. Like, I'm just like, why? Like, why is this? Why can't I just not go through with this abortion? Like, I don't understand. Why does it keep coming back to me to keep this baby? And I know that I'm not ready for this baby. I'm not ready to necessarily, you know, make it work with him. I'm not ready to deal with everything that comes with him, even though I've been dealing with him for like 2 you know, I was at that point, it was 2 years. So I'm like, I've been dealing with him for like 2 years. I'm not ready. You know what I'm saying? It kept coming back to me to not get an abortion. So I just finally had told him, I finally had told my baby daddy, I'm like, you know what? You just gonna have another baby. Like, I'm not getting an abortion. Mind y'all, I still wanted to get an abortion. So I'm just like, whatever, I'm not getting an abortion. So basically I'm going on with the pregnancy. And I end up scheduling. I'm going to my ultrasound appointments. I'm boohoo crying. Like when I first seen the baby, oh man, I was in tears. Like that really, that's when I was like 3 months. That really put the icing on the cake. When I got that ultrasound and I seen that baby, I'm like, okay, I cannot get an abortion. I can't do this. The baby had the arms, the legs, the head, everything. Like my baby was basically a complete baby. It wasn't just like a fetus. It was still like a fetus, but it was like a fully developed fetus. I guess that you can, you know, say whatever. So I'm just like, okay, no. 3 months, almost 4 months pregnant. That's like a whole baby. I'm like, I can't see myself doing that. So by this time passed. I had got like 5 months, 5 or 6 months. I was still barely showing or whatever, and I had went to a doctor's appointment. Mind y'all, I'm still going through it because I'm still in my head like, bitch, why you didn't get no abortion? You know that this is something you really you don't want to do. Like, you really don't want to keep this baby. What are you doing? Anyways, I had a doctor's appointment, and like they was pissing me off. Just put it like that, they was pissing me off. Okay, so I have like health insurance and all that stuff, so I had to pay like copay and stuff like that. So I was coming out of pocket. They want to see check stubs, they want to see this, they want to see that, whatever. So I'm at the appointment and I'm dealing with these like white people or whatever, and they pissing me off. So then the lady was like, okay, whatever, you know, we're gonna help you with whatever we're trying to help you with or whatever. And then she was like, okay, go back up front and I'm gonna have you come back to speak to like a nutritionist. So I'm like, okay, because honestly my weight wasn't where it needed to be at where I was. I was like 5 or 6 months and I didn't reach the weight because like I told you, I had lost 15 pounds. I was already stressing, and on top of that I'm sick. So I finally go to the back and I'm sitting there, I'm just like all in my phone or whatever, and by this time it was like a black lady. So I'm sitting there and she started asking me like, what do you eat for supplements for your protein and your vitamins and da 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 da. So she started getting on my nerves. So I'm like, oh my god. So I'm giving her attitude at this point. So she like she just on the computer. She not even looking at me. Not one time did she even look at me when I stepped into the room. She just sitting on the computer and she like. So I'm just sitting there, I'm aggravated, tears already in my eyes, because like I told you, I was in misery. When I tell you I did not want to keep my baby, I did not want to keep my baby. And it sounds so harsh, I know it does, but that's just what I was going through at that time. So I'm sitting there and my eyes is filled with water because I told you I was crying every day. And she just bust out and she was like, everything's gonna be okay. So I'm just, my eyes, I'm trying to, you know how like your eyes fill with water? Okay, so you know how your eyes like literally fill with water, and you know that if you blink, that tear is gonna drop? That was me at that time. So I knew like, okay, hold your tears, like hold it. So I'm like, I'm steady trying to hold my tears. I'm steady trying to hold it back. So she turned, so she was like, did they tell you if it's one baby or two baby? And I was like, oh no, I'm only having one. So she was like, it's nothing wrong with twins. I'm like, yeah, I can't have twins. Like, twins run in my family. But I'm just like, I'm definitely won't have no damn twins. That's how I'm acting. I'm real like stank and stuck up. So the lady was like, she finally turned around and she was like, you know what? She was like, I don't know you. But I could just, she was like, I feel your energy. And the spirit is telling me that everything she was like, the Spirit is telling me to tell you everything is gonna be okay. When I tell y'all, I burst out, like my tears just went to rolling. She was like, I just want to let you know that the Spirit is telling me to tell you that everything is gonna be okay, and you better not kill that baby. Oh my God, when I tell y'all, my heart, it went to pounding, and I felt so bad. Mind y'all, that morning, go back a little bit, that morning I saw something, and it got me real frustrated. I'm like, God, I cannot do this. Like, why are you making me follow through with this pregnancy if you know that deep down this is not what I really want to do? I really do not want to have a baby. I don't know why you gave me a baby. And you know, at times we get mad and we start to question God, and I'm just like, why? I don't know why you gave me a baby. I don't want a baby right now. I have this going on. I have that going on. I'm just in my room, like I'm basically talking to God, and I'm getting out my clothes, and I'm like, if it's really meant for me, God, just give me a sign. I need to know that you are listening to me. Like, I need you to talk to me. I need you to send me a sign. And I swear to y'all, my life, that lady said, the Spirit is telling me to tell you everything is going to be okay. Everything is going to work out, and you better not kill that baby. I cried in her office. I boo-hoo cried. Like, I'm talking tissue after tissue. So she was like, you need to be, she was like, it's a lot of people that you've lost recently, as far as like friends and stuff like that. And she was like, I'm telling you, you're very special. They're going to try to come back around. They're going to see you doing so good. They're going to try to come back around, and don't you let them come back. And then she was also like, you stand your ground. All you've been doing is letting people run over you. Stop letting people take advantage of you. She gave me an example. She said, I want you to be like an oak tree. An oak tree, the roots are in the ground. She was like, something about the roots are in the ground, and that oak tree, when the wind blows, the leaves might sway left and it might stay right. I mean, sway left and sway right. But that oak tree stays grounded. Nothing can move that oak tree. And it was a psalm that she gave, Psalms out the Bible, a verse that she had gave me. I think it's in my phone. I don't feel like going through all my notes, but I put it in my notes. And when I got in the car, so I was crying with her in that appointment or whatever. I never told her anything. I never told her I wanted to get an abortion. I never said anything to her. I was just like, okay, like I'm crying. I'm just like, okay. So I'm like, I got in my car and I cried some more. I cried. I called my mama and I was like, Mom, I'm at this appointment. I was being stuck up, and I explained to her what the lady told me. Mom was like, wow, that baby is meant to be here, Lexi. Stop beating yourself up. Stop questioning. Just have your faith in God, and He'll show you. He's come through for you several times. Stop questioning Him. I'm like, okay. I'm okay. Like, it was just, honestly, it was like a war going on in my head between like the devil and then God. Like, the devil just telling me to not go through with the pregnancy, to run from it, and then it's God over here telling me like, just trust me. Like, so long story short, Corona ended up coming, so I'm like, dang, I can't do no baby shower. I'm like, what the, because I wanted to do after the fact of me like somewhat accepting the fact that, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and follow through with this pregnancy. I wanted to do like a gender reveal, a baby shower, and all this stuff. And then, you know, COVID ended up hitting. So March. So COVID hit in March. I found out that I was having a little girl in April. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm like, see, this is the shit that I'm talking about. Like, I was just, it had started back up again. I'm like, but like, it just wasn't right. So my coworkers, like everybody around me, just out of the blue, like my coworkers gave me like a $500 gift card for the baby, and my other coworkers brought like this big old she brought a big old basket and filled it with like Pampers, diapers, wipes, clothes, everything you could think of for a baby, outfits, socks, onesies, diaper rash, like everything. Like everybody just kept coming at me left and right, gifts after gifts after gifts. My customers, everybody. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, I was still praying, still kind of feeling kind of iffy. Honestly, I want to say this probably was, my son was a bad pregnancy, but this was by far the worst. Don't want no more kids. So yeah, like this year honestly has just been terrible. My year started out terrible. I know it's people out there, and I had to realize, my mama had to explain it to me. It is people out there who are wishing, crying, praying, hoping, medically trying to have a baby, and here you are able to conceive, able to walk around and carry a baby, a life, and you crying about it. You want, you know what I'm saying? You mad at yourself. You hating God for it. You mad at God for it. Like, so yeah, that's how my pregnancy kind of went. I was miserable my whole 9 months. I didn't really start to accept the fact of me having a baby until like my 3rd trimester. Just honestly speaking, just because I was filled with so many emotions and stuff. And I just, like, my biggest fear is because my first pregnancy, I was in a relationship with his dad for 3 years before I actually got pregnant by him. And then another 3 years after I had my baby. So, and then that relationship, that pregnancy was just a long distance. He was never there for any appointment. He couldn't be there for any appointments because at the same time we were teenagers. He was in Miami. I was here. We both didn't have a car. He had a car but didn't have license. Like, it was just too much. So I always told myself, I had always said that if I had gotten pregnant again, I wouldn't want to be pregnant with somebody who would feel like we're pregnant together. That's how I see it. Like, when a woman is pregnant, a man's supposed to feel like, babe, if you pregnant, I'm pregnant too. Like, appointments with you, every single appointment. You know what I'm saying? Just there every step of the way with you. That's how I seen it. And I just kept telling myself, and I felt so angry and so disappointed. I felt like I had let myself down because I really had this vision for myself. I had this plan for myself. I felt like I had a plan for my life. And I felt like I had it all figured out. I felt like I had it all planned out. Like, this year was going to be the year that I started doing makeup again. I started really like taking clients and trying to take it serious, brand myself, get my Instagram stuff going, get my YouTube stuff going. And then soon as 2020 hit, I just felt like I just was back at square one. And that's more so of what really bothered me during my pregnancy and made me really want to, like, you know, even think or consider about getting an abortion, because I'm like, you know, I have all this stuff going on. I have all this stuff that I'm trying to do. I've come so far from where I used to be to start back over and, you know, to be doing it all over again. I'm just like, damn, because what if it doesn't work out with me and her dad? Then I'll be single with 2 kids. Who wants to be single with 2 kids? I don't. You know, and I was trying to tell my mama that, and my mama like, okay, I raised 10 of y'all. All y'all daddies wasn't there. I didn't have help from all y'all daddies, and you seen me do it, which is true. I've seen her up and I've seen her down, and she did it with no complaints, literally, and still would do it, still does it to this day with no complaints. So I'm like, okay, if my mama can do it, then I can do it. But it wasn't even more so about because my mama did it and I can do it. It was more so because I felt like I had it all planned out. I didn't want to go back. I didn't want to go back and mess up like I messed up before. You know what I'm saying? I had it. I started young, which was kind of like a good thing. And I just wanted to, you know, just grow and like get like my teenage years. I was busy taking care of a child and going to school. So now I'm still young. I'm in my 20s. Like I'm thinking like, okay, you take this time and rebuild yourself, have fun, experience life, take trips, party, hang out, because you couldn't do it as a teenager when all your teen friends was going out and stuff, and you couldn't go. You had to sit out because you had to be home with a baby. When your friends was in high school and hanging out and stuff like that, you couldn't, because you had to switch a whole different another high school just to go to school, you know, with your baby. Like, it was just it beat me up so bad. It beat me up so bad. I felt like I felt like I let myself down. And the reason I'm having this conversation with you guys, I'm having this conversation with y'all, is because this is real stuff, real life stuff that us women tend to go through. Some people, y'all could act like, oh, I can't believe she wanted to kill her baby, da da da. But I'm just saying, if we have that option, if we have that choice, who cares? Who cares? It's our decision. It's our body at the end of the day. And I feel like if that's something you want to do, then do what makes you happy. Do what's gonna be beneficial for you. Whatever makes you happy. Yeah, because a lot of people tend to sugarcoat. A lot of people tend to keep that as a secret. I kind of recorded my journey of my pregnancy, but I felt like I didn't really upload it because quarantine was going on and I didn't feel like it was that interesting. But yeah, I wanted to share that with y'all, let y'all know I did at one point think about having an abortion, because I felt like I am not ready to take care of another life, to care for another child. I don't know how I would take that if I got to be a single parent again with 2 kids. And that's really all I kept thinking about, because like I told y'all in one of my other videos, I am completely traumatized from my past. Okay, I'm traumatized. The fact of just taking care of a child, doing it on my own, hitting rock bottom, having to sleep on the couch, on somebody's couch with my child, having to ride in a raggedy car with my child, having to catch 3-4 jobs just to go to work, just to make a paycheck, to come back and feed my child, days that I will be dead ass broke, hungry, but I know I had to put clothes on my child's back, shoes on my child's feet, and everything like that. And then not to mention, I'm still like 9 years later, I'm still going through it with his daddy. Like, I still don't get no help, none whatsoever from his dad. So I was just trying to honestly weigh my options. Like, is this something you really want to go through? Because us women, I feel like my point of view is, if you decide to have a baby, whether you're married, whether you're engaged, whether you're single, or whether you just in a relationship and you have a boyfriend, if you decide to have his baby, you have to have the mindset at the end of the day that whether he's here, whether he stays or whether he leave, at the end of the day, I'm the mother of this child, and I still got to take care of my responsibility at the end of the day. Typically, when you're in a relationship and y'all break up, the man leaves and he goes on about his life and he's free. He do whatever he wants to do. It's very rare that you will hear that somebody break up and the daddy is taking care of the child. The daddy has full, complete custody of the child. At the end of the day, the mamas are the ones who get stuck with the baby. So I feel like even if you're married, engaged, or whatever, like I just said, you're making that decision that whether your man leave or not, you're going to be the one to stand in that pain and take care of that child at the end of the day, because a man is not guaranteed. I don't care how you put it at the end of the day. And so that's what I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready for that at all. I'm like, no, because I always told myself, if I have another child, I want to be in the house. I want my car to be paid off. I want to be established. I want to have my business going. 2020 has really shown me that no matter how much you plan, at the end of the day, God decides. You could come up with all this plan. You can have your whole life planned out. But if that's not how God has have your life written out, that's not how it's gonna go at all. So I end up following through with my pregnancy. I end up keeping my daughter. I have no regrets at all whatsoever. She's everything I could have ever imagined my little girl to be. She's so pretty. She's full of life. She kind of look like me. She has my attitude for sure, and she's only she's going on 2 months. I'm happy. Honestly, sometimes I do have my days where I'm just like, I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm still like, okay, how am I gonna do this? How can I adjust? You know, how can I get back up and get going? Because right now I do feel like my life is at a standstill. And that's okay. Because God showed me this year that, like the lady told me, everything is gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be all right. So that's how I'm trying to keep my mindset right now. Like, okay, everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna work out. I'm gonna be fine. My kids are gonna be fine. I made a way for Tony. I made a way with my son, so I can make a way with her. I can make a way for both of them. It's just a little more. I'm gonna have to go a little more harder. I'm gonna have to grind harder. I'm gonna have to push harder. I might have to cry harder. I might have to stress harder. It'll work out. It'll work out. But what I took from my situation is that this time I'm not starting from scratch. This time I'm starting from experience. So I just try to take my situation, look at myself, and understand why things happen the way they happen. So basically, I'm trying to understand everything while still praying for understanding. It's been a lot. It's been a long journey. I feel like 2020 hasn't been in my favor, but I just pray that 2021 is a better year for me. I pray everything work out. I pray that I take off with my YouTube. I take off business wise. I come up with a business plan. Like right now I got like 2-3 different business plans, but I'm still, like I said, I feel like I'm at square one because I'm like, where do I start? And that's my biggest problem, not knowing where to start. I missed y'all so much. And like I said, I just wanted to talk to y'all about this and give y'all the insight and give y'all a life update of what's been going on in my life and the stuff. And I wanted to talk about, my channel was called Reality with Alexis B. I'm not here to sugarcoat nothing. I'm not here to hide anything. I'm just here to talk about real life situations that people go through, real life situations that people actually deal with. And I feel like that's my purpose. Like I have a voice, so why not use my voice? A lot of people might, like, you know, like I said, they're against abortions or they don't want to talk about it. They've never thought about it. I'm pretty sure people that have plenty of abortions, they just don't speak on it. Sometimes some people you just would never know. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to let y'all know what's been going on. Right now I'm still on maternity leave. I've been on maternity leave for God knows how long. So I probably won't return back to work till November 1st because I'm still trying to bond with my baby. All this stuff is new to me. When I first had my first child, I didn't have a car. I didn't have a job. The money that I was making was from like doing hair or whatever because I used to do hair outside my mom's house. So that used to be like my money maker. I used to have my little hustle and just, you know, go to school. So yeah, I'm really still trying to adjust. I try to keep myself busy so that I don't go through postpartum depression. I'm trying to fight that. I'm trying to keep that up off me because I know that feeling. I know what it's like. And then I visit depression way too often. I know it too well. So I'm trying to keep myself active. Leave the house whenever I can, go out to eat, hang with friends and stuff like that. And it's still kind of a little hard because the virus and stuff is going on, of course. So yeah, that's what's been going on with me. I'm just happy to be back on YouTube. It's like, hello, The fuck? I got a couple vlogs coming. I've been recording. I promise I have. I recorded my pregnancy, not necessarily the beginning. I think I have some stuff from a little bit from my second trimester, my ending of my trimester, and then at birth. It really like kind of made me just be like forget about it, because when I actually went and had my baby at the St. Vincent's Hospital, unfortunately they don't let you record. So that was just kind of like, and then they made you sign like a consent form, or basically like a contract saying that you won't record no videos. I was recording, but it would be like while I'm in a room by myself, not with like the nurses and stuff like that. So I felt like that was kind of boring. Like, I wanted to see y'all, let y'all see me laid out on the table, getting cut open and delivering my baby. My baby was born 8 pounds even at 12:03 p.m. August 17th. Her name is Khaleesi. I nicknamed her Callie, which is spelled Khalee. Yeah, she's adorable. She's so pretty. I'm probably insert some pictures on one of these sides. I love her. I love both of my kids. And I'm honestly happy that I followed through with my pregnancy, that I did not let the enemy get the best of me and make me do something that I like I said, I wanted to, but I knew that my heart would not let me. So I'm just glad I trusted God's timing. It's all about His timing. I don't know what this journey is gonna be like. I hope it's better than my last, because it started out crazy. And yeah, YouTube. Yeah, so I really just been chilling. I'm ready to get back and be on like some real boss ass bitch type shit. Like, I'm just, right now it's just like I'm laying low and I'm plotting. I'm trying to figure it all out. I'm trying to figure out I'm planning so that I can execute, but at the same time I'm kind of scared to plan, because like I told y'all, this year it showed me that you can plan all you want, but God decide at the end of the day. So all I can really do is like kind of plan and then pray about it, pray that it actually happens. I'm just trying to get in the hang of things, learning how to manage my life, manage my mom life, my parenting life with 2 kids now. It's not so bad. I felt so bad. I really felt bad, because I'm like, damn, like, my son 9. Who the have a baby when our son is 9? But at the same time, some people have kids while they other kids are grown. I just felt like I waited so long, and I'm starting over. But I will say my 9-year-old is a big help. He's a really big help. I love him. I love Tony. I love Khaleesi. I just gotta figure it out. If y'all got any advice, I'm not a first time mom, but if y'all have any advice, any words of encouragement, leave them in the comments below, or y'all can send them to my email. Cause I could really use it right about now at this complete moment. Cause like I told y'all, I'm still trying to like fight depression. Some days I'm like, okay, I'm not dealing with, like, no, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna get out the house, and I'm gonna you know, do my hair, I'm gonna do my makeup and stuff like that. And then other days I'm just like, man, what do I do? What's my next step? What's my next goal? Like I said, at the end of the day, I love my kids. I love my daughter. I'm happy I had her. I'm happy I followed through. She's loved. Oh my God. She's more than what we could have ever imagined. My family love her. My mom love her. Like right now, my sisters are obsessed with her. Yeah. I can't wait to start dressing her up and doing her hair, and her brother be hanging out, and they create a bond, and you know, he becomes protective of his sister. I can't wait. I'm excited to see where this journey would take me. What my new life is going to be like. What my 2021 is going to be like. I miss y'all so much. YouTube is something I really want to do, and I'm not gonna give up, even if I might fall back for a month or two or something like that. Take a break. I'm gonna push. Even with my 2 kids, I'm gonna push myself to get content out, to make these videos, and to take off on my YouTube channel. Like I told y'all in the beginning when I first started my channel, I feel like YouTube is for me. I feel like this is for me. I feel like I'm gonna take off. I just have to be consistent. I have to learn how to manage it. So that's my goal. And yeah, I love y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Thank y'all for listening. Like I said, keep the negative comments to yourself, because I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see them. If I see them, you're going to get removed or spam blocked. If I can block on here, I'm going to find out. Yeah. I honestly just need words of encouragement. That's all I need. Words of encouragement. If you don't have any words of encouragement, just keep scrolling. Go watch somebody else's video. Again, thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for listening. We're going to have more story times, more girls talk. Yeah, let's talk it up. Y'all email me, and I truly appreciate y'all love and y'all support. For the people who still subscribe to my channel, for the people who still reach out to me via Instagram DMs and be like, Lexus, where you at with the videos? You need to cook, you need to put this on YouTube, you need to do this, you need to do that. I support you. I'm excited. I'm waiting for a video. Give us a life update. What's been going on? I appreciate y'all. I really genuinely do. So y'all help me get them subscribers up. Thank you for watching. Get them views up. And I'll see y'all in my next video.